Hello, RPS scholars. I'm so happy to be with you today. I hope that you and your families are all safe and well. I am Mrs. Hobson, and I work at George Washington Carver Elementary School. This week, I will be working with you on word reference resources, specifically the thesaurus. For this week's activities, you will need paper and a pencil. I am now going to share my screen with you. The I can statement for today is I can use my knowledge of prefixes and suffixes to determine the meaning of new words. We're going to review prefixes and suffixes because you have been taught these skills earlier during the school year. Also, prefixes and suffixes can assist you when you're working with a thesaurus. Prefixes are a group of letters added to the beginning of a base word, and those letters change the meaning of the base word. Here we have a group of prefixes. Re means again, as in reread. Un means not, as in unhappy. Pre means before, as in pre-write. Miss means wrong, as in misspell. Over means too much, as in oversleep. Dis means not, as in disapprove. M means not, as in impossible. And non means not, as in nonfiction. Suffixes are a group of letters added to the end of a base word, and those letters change the meaning of the base word. And here we have some suffixes. FUL, full of, is the meaning, as in colorful. LESS, less, means without, as in fearless. ED, already happened, jumped. ING means happening now, as in sitting. LY means how it is done, as in slowly. ABLE means able to, as in growable. ER means more, as in taller. And EST means most, as in biggest. Now let's look over here at this word, unreadable. When we look at unreadable, we can see that something has been added to the base word or root word. Read is the base word, or again, root word. And that means you're able to read this document or item. But when we add un, the prefix to it, which means not, and able, able, which means can be done, it changes the word read to unreadable, meaning now it is not able to be read. It's unreadable. You can't understand it. So remember that base words are words that can stand on their own, such as read. And the words have meanings. So let's practice working with some prefixes and suffixes. Again, a prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a word. Adding a prefix changes the meaning of a base word. Here we see the prefix this. It means not or impossible of. And an example is dislike, and it means not to like. Pre means before, as in pre-wash, and it means to wash before. Un means not or opposite of. An example is untrue, or it means not true. A suffix is part of a word added to the end of a word. Adding the suffix changes the meaning of a base word. And here we see some suffixes. ABLE, it means can be or able to. Example, trainable. It means can be trained. This suffix here, full, means full of or having to. An example is skillful, and it means having skill. And then less means without, as in useless, meaning without use. So now we're going to practice working with these sentences. And we're going to work with this very first one here. And it says, here are some ways to be helpful at home. The word is helpful. Our job is to figure out the base word and the suffix. Okay, we're going to look at the word helpful. We're going to look for the word that can stand on its own. It has meaning. And then part of it does not have, it's not a word that can stand on its own. Okay, it's a suffix. So we got to find that. So I'm going to give you a moment. Okay, again, the word is helpful. Okay, were you able to identify the base word? Okay, correct. If you said help, it is the base word. It can stand on its own. And then we know that full, F-U-L, is the suffix. It cannot stand on its own. Okay. And now we're going to move on to the next one. Try to be agreeable with your family. Try to be agreeable with your family. Okay? Break down the word. Find the base word and the suffix. The base word and the suffix. Okay. You ready? Okay, what was the base word? You got it. Agree. Agree is the base word. And the suffix is able. That's right. A-B-L-E. Absolutely correct. Now, let's look at the next sentence. Never be dishonest. Never be dishonest. Can you break that down to find the prefix and the base word? Okay, never be dishonest. So, what's the prefix? Absolutely. This is the prefix. This is the prefix in dishonest. And the base word is honest. You got it. Messing up over here. Is honest. Great job. And let's try that next one. Try to share and never be unfair. Try to share and never be unfair. Let's break that down. Prefix and suffix. Prefix and suffix. Okay, you ready? What's the prefix in unfair? You got it. Un is the prefix. And the base word is? there. Absolutely. And don't forget that sometimes words can have a prefix and a suffix, as you see at the bottom of the paper right here. You can see that the word uncomfortable and disagreeable are both words that have a prefix and a suffix added to them. So don't forget that. Well, it's been a privilege working with you today, and I hope that you have enjoyed today's activity. I have This is my portion or my end or wrap up here, but here you're going to be working more with prefixes and suffixes on your own. You're going to answer these 4 questions, and when you complete that, your parents can share the answers with you. It's been a privilege working with you today. I hope that you continue to stay safe, and I look forward to working with you again tomorrow. Have a super evening.